That's Glenn Moffat. And don't be surprised, Tracy and the Big D here on a Wednesday night right through until 10 o'clock. Thanks for your company. Hope you can stick around. Told you so.
Well, do you know what else is a bit surprising? Don't be surprised at how hard it is to jump in the air and smile at the same time. I found that out just recently by watching someone's little post on Facebook. And, of course, I'm talking about
what a feeling.
the person listening right now. Mickey Pye joins us. Of course, the 2015 Starmaker winner. How hard is it to jump in the air and smile at the same time?
Hey guys, well I can tell you, you can't do it in one take, that's for sure. I almost filled up the memory on the camera trying to get a good take.
And because we are talking about the Toyota jump.
That's right, yeah. To jump up in the air and not have a crazy strained look on your face when you do it, very difficult.
I've got to tell you though, that post was fantastic because you know how you sort of like people say, do you know you can't touch your tongue, your nose with your tongue and things like that, and everyone tries it. I just wonder how many people have been trying to jump in the air and smile at the same time.
I know, well, I said in my post, it's kind of like trying to sneeze with your eyes open.
It can't be
difficult.
done. It can't be done. We were having a chat before Christmas when we were talking about the Starmaker, and Tracy and I were a bit of a chat and remembering about the first time we saw Mickey was 2010 Urban Country Music Festival. He'd just come off winning the 2009 Gympie Talent Search and took a lot of people. It was the Mickey Pye Band at the time, I think, and the people said, geez, this guy can play a guitar. And you've really honed your craft, not only as a personal entertainer, but you really are a well-respected muso right across the industry, Mickey.
Oh, well, thank you. I guess I've sort of been saying I really believe that because I was in Toyota Starmaker in 2010 and not being successful that year was probably the best thing that could have happened to me because it sort of taught me a lesson that, I don't have the mentality that it's bad luck for not winning. I think, there's a lesson in that. And so instead of entering consecutively each year, I decided I'm going to go out and, do some hard work, tick a few boxes and come back when I feel worthy of the competition's attention. So I went out and played over 500 gigs in that period and somehow entered the industry from a slightly different angle, which was as a musician. So I've managed to work my way up to playing with people such as Becky Cole and Tanya Kernigan. I guess that's all really helped with the player that I've become and also just the contacts that I've made. And I think I'm kind of lucky in that respect. So it's been a great journey.
Well, when you mention like the people that you're backing and things like that, when you see their mistakes as well, and you see their, the things they do right, and the things that you think, well, I could probably add that into, so you get your own little style about it. So it's an absolute huge advantage to be able to do that. So being talented on the guitar as well as singing, it is a big advantage for you.
Well, yeah, and I also believe that I've been lucky in the respects that I've been able to learn from, the big acts like Becky Cole and even Tanya and Lee Kernigan and sort of taking on their advice, but also learning something from those poor artists who I've played for who are, struggling to catch a break and in a way learning from their mistakes because sometimes the mistakes are off the stage more so than on the stage. And I mean that in the way that, funding your career is an important thing to think about. So for me, I guess I recognised that early on and decided that I'd start a business. So since losing the competition back in 2010, I came home and started a business called Bathurst Academy of Music. So it sort of started out with just one teacher, me, and one student. And over the past 4.5 years, we've actually built it up to being over 140 students and 7 teachers. And we're sort of covering almost 19 schools in the area, and we've got students from all those schools. So, just things like about long-term, I guess, is something that I recognised early on, and I hope that it's going to help me out for years to come. So I guess we'll see how that pans out.
We're talking to Mickey Pye. Of course, he's this year's Starmaker winner, and he's got a massive year ahead. Off to Nashville later on in the year as part of the prize.
That's right. June, I believe, I get to head over there. So I've actually been twice already, but I had to pay for that myself. So I might have a little bit more money to go to the bar this time. Has
there ever been a dream from you? Obviously, being a muso it's one of those things that you've always dreamed about, being an entertainer. But what about the thought of going and working for a while as a session muso in somewhere like Nashville?
Well, I'd love to go over there and at least live for a while just to get amongst it. But I guess what's scary for me is that the players over there are so great. Like there's some of the best players in the world. But I do believe that Australia can hold its own as well. You only have to look at, Keith Urban's the obvious choice, but there's also guys like Sam Hawksley who's moved over there and is doing really well with producing, and Jed Hughes is another guy who's he's written some great hits. So I do believe that even just moving over there and getting amongst it, it's surprising what you may be able to achieve. So we'll see what happens in the future.
Well, we don't have any new music yet because the album will be out later on. Where are we at with the recording of the album?
That's right. So at the moment, I'm sort of negotiating with the Toyota Starmaker team about what we're going to do there. I've actually had some material that's already been recorded, but